Tired of flipping pancakes one by one? This recipe bakes the whole batch at once, fluffy, golden, and customizable. Hi Bowl Bakers, I'm Gemma Stafford, professional chef with over 20 years experience, and I am going to show you how to make the ultimate buttermilk pancakes, no flipping required. We'll whisk a quick batter, add your favorite toppings, and bake one big pan so everyone gets their favorite flavor. So let's get baking. So for this pancake, I perfected the classic American buttermilk pancake. It is thick and fluffy and absolutely delicious. So it's really easy batter to make. We're going to start out in a large bowl. We have some all-purpose flour, which is just plain flour. We're going to add in a little bit of sugar. We don't need a ton because we're going to have sweet ingredients. And we're going to have maple syrup on top and all the things. Now, our raising agent, a little bit of baking powder, makes it nice and fluffy. A little bit of baking soda, and this is the guy that really gives you that lift in these pancakes, because this is what reacts with the buttermilk. And then lastly, a little bit of salt, because you have to have salt when you're making batters like this. Give those a little bit of a mix together, make sure everything is combined. I always like to just make sure that the baking soda in particular, there's no lumps or anything like that, because it has a tendency to be a bit lumpy and nobody wants to bite a lump of that. Lovely. Dry ingredients. Just so you know, you can mix up the dry ingredients beforehand. Sometimes I keep it in the cupboard for weeks, and then all you have to do is mix up your wet ingredients and then add one into the other and bake off the day you want fresh pancakes. So wet ingredients, a big old jug of buttermilk, and this is pretty much the star of the show here. It's what makes these pancakes so tender. Into this, we're going to add in some eggs, some vanilla extract for extra flavor, and then some melted butter. Now, sometimes people in their pancake mixes use oil, and that's okay. It makes for a soft pancake, but butter, because of the water in it, creates steam and it makes for a fluffier pancake. And also, you know, extra fat, extra richness, and then salted butter on top of that. I like to go with butter for my pancakes, and then whisk all these ingredients together. So I recently only thought about making these when George had friends coming over. It took me a fraction of the time and it was so much easier. And we customized the top of the pancakes to the kids' favorite flavors. So it's really a fun recipe and perfect for children. And during the holiday season or busy times, this is what you want to go to. Now add your wet into your dry. So over my career doing breakfast catering, I must have made a few thousand pancakes. I stopped using a whisk and I started using a large fork, or like something with like open prongs. And I just go down the bottom of the bowl and I mix through without over mixing. Some lumps are okay. We just want to break up those big lumps and mix up that batter. Over mixing can deflate the thick batter and it won't yield us really soft, fluffy pancakes. So there you go, a few lumps are fine, leave them as they are. Resist the urge to keep on mixing. I'm saying that to myself right now as I keep on mixing. And bring in your pan. So these are sheet pan pancakes. Here I have a nice new sheet pan. They'll all look like this. Please make sure that you line it with parchment and butter it so that your pancake will pull away from the sides easily and it's less wash up for you. In goes our batter. Any lumps of flour we can just mix in there with the spatula as it goes in. With all my pancake making experience, one of the secrets is to move swiftly. You see the way that it's really thick and fluffy right now? It's because that the raising agents have activated already. So once you mix all your ingredients together and your baking soda hits the buttermilk, you want to work as fast as you can to get it into the oven and capture that rise in the oven. Really easy to smooth out. So now let's bring in our toppings. I customized this based on my family's preference. You can do whatever you want. I'm going to do 4 different flavors. You can do more, you can do less. A classic, of course, is chocolate chips. So on a quarter of the pan, I'm going to scatter over some good quality bittersweet chocolate chips. Don't go for milk chocolate here. You might think like, oh, kids prefer milk chocolate. Let me tell you about something about the kids in this house. They prefer dark chocolate. And it's a lovely balance with the sweet batter and the bitterness and richness of the chocolate. On the other side, we're going to do some strawberries, thinly sliced strawberries. And you want to thinly slice them so they cook all the way through. Here I have some frozen blueberries. You can use fresh, but I will tell you, frozen, number one, you can use all year round. but I find that they cook down better and they also bleed a little bit and create a nice look. And just to zhuzh it up a little bit, I'm going to do some lemon zest over the top of the blueberries, just on that section. Just a little bit to pop the flavor of the blueberries. Now in our last corner, I have some jam. I love raspberry jam because of the color, number one. And I just think the flavor is nicer and it's a bit smoother than strawberry. And I also have some softened cream cheese here. And I'm going to dollop that in like so. If this is too many flavors for you, do 2. Divide the sheet pan in 3s. You want more flavors, you can do peanut butter, funfetti, do some sprinkles in there, white chocolate chips, Nutella and hazelnut. You can really go nuts and get creative. I have to say, from testing this recipe, this is my favorite corner. And there you go. It's that quick and easy. Now let's not waste any more time and get this guy into the oven so you can see the results. Bake your pancakes at 425 degrees Fahrenheit, 220 degrees Celsius for just around 15 to 16 minutes. You don't want to overbake them or they'll get firm on top. So in no time at all, your pancakes will be coming hot out of the oven. And just look at how fantastic these look. You want them a light golden brown on top because that means that they're just baked and they're still nice and soft. The variety of toppings here is really lovely. The chocolate chips are all lovely and melted. The cream cheese and jam just sunk into the batter. The variety of color and flavor is what really makes this dish so special. You can customize it any way you want. It's colorful, it's bright, it's fun. Who doesn't love pancakes? And who doesn't love pancakes their own way? One of my goals as a baker in America was to master the ultimate American buttermilk pancake, and I definitely did that here. I really hope you check this out. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you back here again really soon.